13. So, after the conflict in which led to the separation of your village, he has passed from place to place, picking up skills as he went until he found himself near a small village, and you can put that down there. You found yourself in a village called Honeysuckle Village. It's an odd place, but you spent some time here after it was recently founded. You spent some time there. Um, it's basically uh, the uniting of several tribes that were being housed by sea creatures down on the Spine Islands, all into one community. So it's a very like tight-knit community, and a lot of friends and a lot of uh uh people there to trust. So yeah. Well, connecting onto the phone. But yeah. So time instead of deep within the village when you've uh found yourself and built yourself a house, let's just say in a secluded island near Honeysuckle Village. You can occasionally trading with the village, providing medical services and gaming in return for glass thread and harness acquire reagents. Teaming up with the village hunters. Oh, this is a good spread about a skilled alchemist spread and bounty hunters shown up. Stay a while, then leave. Others venture into forest, never. Yeah, some venture into the island, never to return. Years go by, and a child prodigy is born. It won't be enough. Follow the light, except my. Yep. Yeah. Just keep a mental note that the ancient Waygate that he had visited is the southernmost island from Honeysuckle Village. From there. And with that, looks like usually I do like the chapter one for people as well alongside in the session here, because I do them in 3 chapters. If you didn't see the what do you call it? If you didn't see the streams already, since you've already done your backstory, I'll this is chapter one. From your from what I gathered here, it looks like you have some background explanations as to what your proficiencies are on this. And you are a warlock? Are you a warlock? You are a warlock. Okay. Okay. Alright. Thanks. Mostly we knowledge healing here. Knowledge of healing would be like Maya or the Earth Titan can reach out here as well. Either one would be fine. Talus makes sense as well. Funnily enough. Basically the way you would refer to those deities in this world is relatively simple. It would be like Lord of Light, Lord of Fire, Lord of Goddess of Earth, God of Earth. They don't have a their real name would be sacred in accordance to religions here. So you wouldn't be able your character wouldn't know them, but you would know that they exist per se. But yeah, let's see. All right, so from the consistent services you've been providing, Honeysuckle Village, and the occasional trade that you have with them, you'll start off this journey with 150 gold. Your usual whatever pack you wish to start off with, explorer's pack, for as much as you want to carry, and your backstory is an explanation as to how you got a lot of your skill proficiencies. Am I reading this correctly?
Yeah, most of them.
And that includes alchemy proficiency?
Yeah, it's from Herbert. Hermit backstory goes to,
Hermit, okay. Let me have a look at Hermit real quick. Hermit. Life of seclusion. Hermit. Oh, it's herbalism kit. Do you want it to be herbalism kit or alchemy kit?
Herbalism is the only one that can make healing potions, so I figured that fits best.
Yep.
If I can pick alchemy up as well, I'm happy with that. But herbalism fits.
Let's say you have both. That's fine by me. Yeah. Totally fine by me. I mean, you would have had to spend years anyway here and honing your craft and whatnot, and while defending your craft as well, you were able to, because you were secluded, just foster in your genius. Put into your flaws though, increasingly becomes more panic around crowds. And then I roll here. Wow. Okay. Nice. And one of the bounty hunters, how fortunate of them to just hand deliver you such a precious magic item. They thought this magic item would help them in hunting you down. However, your reputation precedes you. They both underestimated and overestimated you. They were too cautious, and thus, having felt the need to actually rest a day before going in and taking you down, was their downfall. As you just quietly ambushed their camp and realized, oh, this is a relatively valuable item that they're carrying. Yoink. You start off, add another 25 gold into your inventory, and a ring of protection. Yeah. Make sure to put the plus AC and saving throws, because that's what it does. Totally poisoned their stew. Yeah. They didn't even know about it. You'll discover your feature as a hermit Um. hmm. Your powerful discovery, just name it Ancient Gateway. That's all. That's all you've seemed to understood from it. That's all you've That's all you've gathered from the voice that has briefly spoken to you so far. Ancient Gateway. Yep. Chapter 1. And then, last but not least, you roll a d100 for me. 37. You didn't quite really strike any sort of like meaningful friendships in Honeysuckle Village, but you can consider whenever you do visit there to be welcomed as an ally. So write that you can write down in your bonds, ally of Honeysuckle Village. But yes, you are now. Normally, this is the life. This is nice, slow, quiet life of maybe once or twice a year, just killing off the bounty hunters. Okay, sure there were a group of bounty hunters, but were fended off. Mostly basically from Honeysuckle Village. The story around the large amount of bounty hunters that came in that one time, um, they were sort of convinced by the people of Honeysuckle Village, and they did not give you away. They had your back. They convinced the bounty hunters that there wasn't anyone there of magic persuasions, and when making camp, you had dealt with them, all of them, just a group of 6 bounty hunters, very swiftly. Um, although you wouldn't have done this without the powers of your Waygates. Tell me, when this happened, this was a considerable feat, not normally possible with your powers, even with the newfound powers. The bounty hunters are no more. But tell me, dauntz, what exactly happened? What is part of the story Waju isn't telling everyone else that happened there?
They're finding bodies of bounty hunters with smashed knees and ankles that have tried to crawl to safety, and it looks like hammer blows, but it's actually eldritch blasts, knockback effects, blowing limbs and smashing joints. And the hunters that were coming, instead of all closing around, he's using feline agility, running around, lining up and shattering a knee, and then running around to the next one and shattering a knee, and just cruelly and viciously
And maiming them, yeah.
maiming them.
The hunters you had talked to and basically were the ones to finish the bounty hunters off. You told them that these guys were just common bandits, and they did believe you. So, all in all, you do have a secret kept from Honeysuckle Village, and that is the true nature of your magic capabilities. They do know you are magical, and because you've just helped them out so much, they have your back. But they don't know of how violent you can be. So, that's an interesting part to put into your story. And as we go into chapter 2, what? Actually, I can roll for that. 17. The voice has spoken to you once more. This voice has told you to visit the sites of power in this world and come back to the gateway and earn your rightful place amongst people that will truly, truly appreciate you. I believe in this case, you would follow the voice, but would you follow it for the sake of doing whatever the voice is just saying, or does Wadu actually want some people he can fit in with?
I feel like he's spent years trying to unlock the other doors, and now he's going to follow the voice just so he can earn the recognition to see what's behind the next door.
Yep.
It's more of a drive for
Probably.
knowledge than it is companionship.
The first two sort of gateways are the first sort of two places of power that you were shown were the gateway, just like the ancient gateway, but instead there weren't that many sort of like runic symbols on them, if any at all. You found that these gateways were inert, but you did find like shards, shards of like a strange sort of like green glass like material in each one, and that was the reoccurring sort of like theme. And the third gate that you had found was in Greenchin, and this was a relatively hard sort of a place to try and get into, because in Greenchin this contained where the supposed gateway would be, according to the voice, is the catacombs of an archdruid that had once defended Greenchin, hero of the place. It's not like there's any sort of tight security around this great hero catacomb. But it's not like the voice has been telling you these are the places you must go into them, because the voice has told you there's plenty of them all around. There's one in the Skull Villages, there's like 3 in Entowin, there's one around the places in Entowin, and there's 3 in Zeitland. They don't really add up to the 8 that you would need to open the or perhaps like in your mind sort of like open up the gateway in Honeysuckle south of Honeysuckle Village. So do you risk it? And do you risk basically do you risk sacrilege and just desecrating a tome, or do you move on from here?
For sure.
Sweet. No check necessary. These people are a bit too complacent. They're a bit too friendly to strangers, and their guardian druids seem to just be all around Greenchin and not really in the village itself. Having broken in, you see the tomb itself, and yeah, a gateway similar to the one south of Honeysuckle Village lies before you. 8 runic symbols on it once more, and pieces of the green glass shards as well. And as you go and collect them, the voice tells you just a few more pieces. And yeah, do you do anything else in this tomb?
Probably offer respects to the dead druid
Not a problem.
and trace out any ruins I find.
Yep. Exact same runic symbology as the one that he had initially found. Strange. The others didn't have this, by the way. They had like 1, maybe 3, and then this one has all 8 of the symbologies around this like sort of gateway that you can open.
The one that I have open back home, I'm going to see if I can find the counterpart in here.
Okay. Make an investigation check. 19. There is some slight variations the one to the one at home, and thus you get the sense these gateways could be just doors to and from each other, but this does not sort of like this nearly matches the one in Honeysuckle Village, but not quite towards it. With 19, you get the sense with the more doors you seem to find, the more you can perhaps link up, which can link to what. You did some studying before and had come across, some texts from Honeysuckle Village through trading. The things you are dealing with seem to be portals of some kind, but it's only now that you realize these could be portals just to each other. So why is the voice putting you on a grand journey to open the one up in the south? Where does that one lead to? And you continue on your journey, and it takes you to Skull Villages, and you realize this one has the same sort of symbology as the very first one you had found in the sunken villages. Shards, some of the green shards seem to light up around it, and you see the symbol sort of light up, but nothing else sort of happens. There is a reaction to the material you have, and although there were no green shards here, you get the sense that whatever these green shards are, if you fully repair it, you'll be able to use these to travel to and from these places. So you keep going around, and let me mark out for you specifically. So that's one. Is blue too bad of a color? What's a good color? There you go. One. By the way, I went Oh, sorry, I was just in the middle of. Sorry, this would be 8. So here are the locations of the portals. 3 of the portals have 8 symbols, whilst the other portals seem to have pairs. It takes you around 2 years to locate all of these, and eventually you do. And there is some trouble with, coming across some of them. But most of them seem to... You recognize the ones that do pair are, portals to each other. Whilst the ones with 8 symbols, you still have no idea. You can only surmise and guess for now. Maybe dauntz the player himself already has an idea as to what it could be, but only one way to find out as this goes. There's a lot of you do get to some complications during some of these, so roll a d100 for me. 32. Okay. Not bad. Let's see. Oh, by the way, I'm only keeping these symbols now for you in this session. I'll be deleting them when the session ends. So, I'll give you 5 minutes to write that down while I go get some drinks and go to the toilet. So I'll be right back. Oh, by the way, friendly, how's my voice? That's when I was rare body. I did just stop talking. Okay, sweet. I'll be right back. I'll go toilet while you write that down. Be right back.
He gave you homework, gee.
It's a lot of writing.
Heaps of writing. This guy's got all the portals. He's a portal guy. It's playing. Got the post. Wait till you get to my one with the messed up backstory that's just everywhere.
And your Harry Potter scars.
Yeah, like I already started writing before. Then you added, then that's when we decided to be brothers, and added some more stuff, and then I couldn't be bothered, like, you know, deleting it and rewriting it. So I just stuffed everything in there.
Your mine was added in after. Like, I'd already had most of mine down when we changed it.
Yeah. Gotta try level this on your in this session 0. His name Binkerson basic leveled. To blow up the whole city. Get to 5 levels. Yo, what up, Helix? What you want? Tell me what you want.
What you want? What you want?
What you want?
Yeah. That's Dingo Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be tricksy. As Dingo. Alright. What you? Have you gotten everything ready?
Almost.
Almost? Alright, I'll give you a bit more.
Done.
Oh, alright. No shortage of bounty hunters that come towards your way, Waju. However, There was one you had to run away against, and they had thought you were part of some sort of like revolutionary army that was taking place. This world has quite a bit of like a grip and a very, very large anti-magic movement. That was right up until all of a sudden there was a there would be like a movement. The institute, the correctional institute of the magically disabled, was broken into and freed a lot of the people that had magic in them that were branded as criminals by Entwin, but the rest of the world saw that as a liberation of innocents that had magic. Of course, Zeitland does not confirm nor deny their involvement in it and remains a neutral force. However, it was said that remnants of the elves that lost the Great War long, long time ago took revenge onto Entwin by staging this sort of this breakout, and alongside the elves was led by a man known as the Meteor Man. Apparently, a man that had fell out of the sky in order for this phenomenon to happen. So, at large, the Meteor Man has the largest bounty in the world, currently at 3,000 gold pieces, dead or alive. There's also a rather significant figure in which bounty hunters go towards but never return. Waju, you currently have a bounty of 1,150 gold pieces on your head. Because not only did you not only did you keep on killing when they came to you in Honeysuckle Village, you just happened to arrive at a lot of these major locations, and the bounty hunters seemed, just couldn't help but notice just a very, very brightly colored Waju that they could recognize from the bounties reported. Of course, when you visit around Entwin and even some of these major places, you would put on a disguise. So put into your personality the disguise that you usually wear, as well as your alternate persona that you use. During all of this, in your time in these major settlements, you would have had to spend some time in order to find the portals, especially in Entwin. Did you practice your alchemy and herbalism further, or were you more focused on your magic capabilities?
Alchemy.
Okay, specifically alchemy.
Depending on what ingredients are available, I think I
Not a
would
lot in Entwin.
focus on healing potions and then alchemy second.
Okay, so herbalism first. Yep.
Yeah.
Entwin always there's no shortage of the demand for healing potions, and you got pretty good at it actually, in sort of like creating these. So put somewhere in your notes expert potion maker. So you now have expertise in the herbalism kit, and you can now create greater healing potions as if you were creating normal healing potions. So the amount of supplies that you would need to make a healing potion normally, you can make that into a greater instead. You are like quite talented and sort of like well versed in this area. So much so that was sort of your guise in Entwin. You were not hunted that much in Entwin because of this, and therefore, since you had a lot of like even the royal family of Entwin commission you for some jobs, you end up with 500 more gold in your pockets as well with this choice. So put that in. there was another interesting thing that happened in your time here as well. 48. Friendly, can you roll from your D100? $97. Ooh! Okay. In the land of nothing, there is usually calls of expeditions going north to find just entrances to the hollow world. Basically, the hollow world is the Underdark of this place, and there's all sorts of caverns and entrances going into the hollow world. You find one alongside an expedition that you were curious to join. However, the expedition was quite swiftly ended. There was a creature so powerful, yet intelligent and humanoid, that he had just been frozen on the spot when it annihilated the entire expedition. Although the blood not on your hands, it kind of looks pretty bad that you'd come back without any sort of trophy to show for it. But this creature, you get the sense, probably should not be pursued. Make a history check for me. 16, good enough actually. During your times and travels, or maybe perhaps in your childhood, you read books about legends and myths. You read about dragons, you read about cyclops, giants, these creatures that used to roam the world but no longer. Creatures that would take both heroes and armies to take down. What he had just witnessed was just one of those creatures. You find and from it retreat from a vampire lair. You had found yourself on the throes of one of the most dangerous and intelligent undead. No wonder when you had made eye contact with it, it sort of just brushed you aside. It either was picky, or it was sated for the time being with the 7 other dead humans that it had killed. Do you make any sort of contact with the vampire, or do you retreat?
Does it speak at all?
It does not speak, but you made eye contact with it, so it knows of your presence, even though you tried to hide. But it just takes the bodies, and it seems to conjure up some spell where it takes all the bodies onto a disc. It just eventually goes away.
On a scale of 1 to 10, like how fast is this thing?
9. It seems to be able to outrun you, and you're confident in that, but barely outrun you.
Would it outrun me using Expeditious Retreat?
You're not sure.
I'm gonna maintain eye contact, dig through my stuff, pull out this huge clove of garlic, take a bite while maintaining eye contact, and go, like Bond, James Bond, I'm gonna go, what do you want? And you are?
He looks at you with a face of disgust, actually. And this creature, who it looks like just it looks like an elf, but with like darker tones. And it wipes its lips, and then it beckons you to come closer, and it says, "Come now, I'm sated. I wish not to consume of you," he says, looking at you as you're just biting the garlic.
Make sure I finish the first bulb, and then pull the second one before coming over.
Ugh. That reeks. Not of weakness. Your legends and myths don't do you justice, sadly. It just reeks. Who did you say you were? What you...
Want?
Is your name? Oh. Well... I am Tessalus. I do have a name. And I do not wish to be disturbed. A lot of these humans were trampling on my lands, pacing about, claiming them as if it were their own, treating this land as some sort of frontier to be explored. Would you kindly report back to your civilization and your settlements that here nothing exists?
Crunch. Would be a lot easier if you could provide a document or proof. They're just gonna think I'm crazy.
You are absolutely right. I do not wish to make a showing of this. But perhaps I don't have a choice. Take me to your camp, and I'll explain to them in person.
What you like? Looks at the dead people, looks at their packs, points towards their packs. That was the camp.
Wow, this sours my mood greatly. I know just more will come from across the sea when this happens, and then explore once more. Maybe I cannot escape this. Maybe it is just an inevitability. Is there some way you could perhaps convince the world not to disturb these lands? Do you have that power within you?
Well, I've been told I had to come here by something probably more powerful than you. And that's saying something, believe me.
I believe you. Go on.
As for those others, I'm not sure. They seem to just want to explore, like you said. Personally, and don't take this the wrong way, I found that disposing of the evidence was detrimental to the effect.
Well, I do need to feed. So you're saying leave a couple of bodies around and the... I see. To predetermine their feelings and their judgment as to this land could be dangerous, correct?
I made a sign out of their bones, but you do you, friend.
Thank you for this insight. I'll take it to heart, he says, smiling, and you see a bit of like the blood from his fangs drip a bit. And then he says, as a thank you for helping me. There is something I've been meaning to get rid of. Probably the only thing that's been able to actually hurt me in these from these people. If you don't mind waiting just 10 minutes up here. Don't want to bring you into my lair. It's not for the faint of heart.
If you finish with these, I'll start making a sign.
That won't be... Sure, he says, stopping himself and just smiling. Alright, I'll be right back. And yeah, takes quite some of the bodies, scatters them around, just takes just 4 bodies with him. Do you actually make a sign?
Yeah, out of limbs, fuck off.
That's actually hardcore as fuck. The vampire would come back, see the sign. That's rather cross. Not really my type of intimidation. But if you think this will stave off hunters, so be it. Here. Maybe you can use it, maybe not, or maybe you can sell it. I do hoard treasure. However, this treasure irritates me to no end. It chucks before you a silvered sword, actually. This is a silvered longsword.
Don't actually think I can use longswords.
That's a pity. Well, perhaps you can sell it. By the way, this longsword, it's +2. It's a really, really good longsword. Silver. So put it into your inventory, silvered longsword +2. And put into your bonds, Thessalis, the vampire. There you go. Acquaintance, I guess.
Perhaps if you could draw a boundary. I know it's hard in the snow. It's much, much, much easier in the swamp.
I don't think I need to. Perhaps I'll spray blood around, see if it sticks, or probably not. The limbs displayed in this odd manner should suffice. What you want. I will remember this. Thank you for your company.
If I found my whatever I needed to find here, Clyde, or am I still looking?
Eventually you would. Basically, 6 would be it is a hollow cavern, actually, and it is right next to the vampire's lair. Like, it is 100 feet away. So keep that in mind.
Bye.
If you don't want to...
Well, this is awkward. Walking in the same direction.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but you have the 2 different caverns, but you know, that cavern would essentially be neighbors to his. Yeah. It's essentially, yeah. Goodbye walks in the same direction. Oh, that's, yeah. It's a bit awkward. Oops. Eventually, you'd come to the last place on your journey. It would probably be around Zeitgen or Zeitland. And you'd find the last pieces of the shard. And essentially, the voice tells you you have all the materials you need to repair. Now you must find the artifact to repair it. And the voice brings you towards Peak.
Can I drop the glass shards off first?
Sure. Where do you drop them off?
Back into wherever they're supposed to be going. I think the main one back here.
Yep, sure. Honeysuckle Village? Not a problem. Yep. The artifact in question, in order to be repaired, the voice leads you towards Peak. But the voice tells you the artifact is not there. Only the person with the knowledge of where it is there. This is a very, very important person to the world at large. And this person controls the weave of arcane like never before in any sort in any shape or form. No, sorry. In uncommon. No, that's not the right word either. The weave of magic that this person creates is unique. There's nothing else like it in the entire world. So the person you're looking for is someone, someone important to the world at large, and has apparently unique magic. You make
Are you
way
sure
towards.
it's Intuin? There's not a lot of magic people over there.
There's no response from the voice. But yeah, the voice tells you to go towards the peak. Do you make your way towards there?
Yeah, I think I'd rest and recuperate, read a few books, and then head up.
Not a problem. There is a few more sort of like chances to make some form of what do you call it? Improvements to your craft, because the event in which it the place takes place in peak does not happen until a year from now. With this year that you have available to you, what do you decide to do? This will be your chapter 3.
If I feel that I've hit brick wall on poison, healing potions, I'm going to use the knowledge to reverse it and go for poisons.
I see. Not a problem. It does take you the whole year, however, you do now have the knowledge to also create and use and properly apply poisons. You now have proficiency in Poisoner's Kit. Actually, no, it's a whole year. You'd have the Poisoner's Feet instead.
It means I can't poison myself, right? From memory.
Yeah, you can't poison yourself. Yes. It does a lot of things actually. So yeah, and just read on and then apply it into your background and class. You also come across, thanks to dabbling and such, you come across trade and your service is requested. However, you get paid in some oddities. You get paid in let's see.
Shells.
I'm having a look. Nice. You get paid in magic items. You get paid. You get a Horn of Silent Alarm. And you get a spell scroll of 3rd level or under of your choice. Let me know when you're ready and if you've picked out the spell scroll.
Any types of magic?
Any type.
I know Intuin's really anti-magic. What do I know of the other ones? Are they like priests and such a common occurrence?
The Sink basically was like, magic capital until 200 years ago. The elves basically loved it. Now it's like outlawed because, history written by the victors and stuff. In the sunken cities in Zeitland, which is the two other remaining major conglomerate of cities, they are quite neutral on it. However, there's a lot more. Anton has a lot more influence over the sunken cities and such. There's a lot of bounty hunters there usually that apprehend, and some of the sunken city sort of even helps apprehend. Also, because at the benefit of the sunken cities, of course, they get the money from capturing these mages, and they send them back to Antoin. In Zeitland, they are neutral on it, and Antoin's laws do not apply to them. Zeitland actually is a very religious conglomerate of undercities. They have cities in the Hollow World underneath the Zeitland, the Steel Fortress. They worship the Lord of Light and the Lord of Fire a lot. So priests to they're used to small miracles being performed, but they call them miracles. They don't really associate them with magic. And basically, the priests and paladins there are championed to a certain degree. People of magic are, if they're not clerics or paladins, if you had magic in Zeitland, people would think you are some sort of cleric. They just brushed it off as being able to create small miracles, and thus you were blessed by a god. Oh, excuse me. Oh, Greenshin as well, but it's not really a major city. It's just it's a place of importance. A lot of the world's natural magics happen there, and is relatively left untouched. Even by Antoin itself, by the Antoin bounty hunters, they know to leave the druids alone. But the druids are open to the world anyway. Yeah, what have you got planned?
Well, I'm thinking I'm going to need something valuable to trade for the artifact. And as far as I can see for a third level spot, the most valuable thing in a world like this would be something like Revivify.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'd go for that.
Not a problem. You're right, this is the most valuable scroll. And able to be purchased because he had supplied just this Romeo type guy, the exact poison that he needs to poison his lover of all people into a fake death. But really, you gave him a poison that would cause actual death. Definitely not a retelling of a popular play. But it gives you the scroll nonetheless as payment. And thus you march off onto Peak. Here you see Peak. Let me put on the music. I'll go to Dolkin here. Alright, I'll wait for you to come back.
I'm back.
Okay, you're back. Nice. You come across a scene that would have been familiar for you if you'd come into the first watch the first session. Essentially, there would have been a festival here for the middle class and nobles of Entowin to witness. A festival showing a fundraiser for the military, essentially, to showcase the military might of Entowin. Generals and its champions would be found in the Festival of Peak, where sea creatures are lured into Peak's borders and essentially slain for the entertainment and sports. There, they would have actually made a showing of them capturing an especially large creature this year for their up-and-coming, well, touted as the greatest warrior Entowin has ever produced. This young general, which carries a Zweihander for a weapon. This takes place, and after waiting for a bit with nothing happening, when the last sort of round happens, there isn't any creature that shows up. So they ask for some hands of the adventurers in the audience, and they get the strong people to help haul this creature and force it onto the land instead. And out in this world comes with that history check from before, you recognize this as a hydra, as it pulls out like the three heads in this large body, but it's already dead. There is like a sort of orange sort of mark piercing where its chest was, but what gets your attention is the immediate shift in the air. Magic seems to break and flood into the world. Only you and a handful of others in the crowd see this. Being able to sense the magic itself, you don't feel... Actually, you feel quite empowered by this. More so than usual. A huge amount of arcane winds flow out of the portal as the portal sort of opens up, and you see 4 of these humanoid void creatures that seem to be holding onto this black metal throne, and upon the black metal throne is this humanoid sorcerer in these black robes, hooded. The trims and tips of the sorcerer itself, whether it be skin or cloth, seem to drip with ink. You see briefly its eyes seem to also be just jet black and dripping with ink as well. Draws the line down, and you watch as more of this magic tears into the space. Time and space itself rips from the sky as it cracks, and you see meteors from another world sort of rain down on your location. With the arcane winds slamming into everyone and increasing their capabilities. Waju, you start off session 0. You start off the next session as a level 3. So
Hey,
you can level up if you'd like.
do I get
Yes.
level 3 benefit or on the
Yes,
long
you get-
rest?
No, you get the level 3 benefit as soon as the next session starts. Nice. This was short and sweet. That is session 0. You did a lot of the work for me by doing chapter 1, because that
Great.
was normally where I spent the majority of the time role playing and like really fleshing out their backstory. But you seem to have a really good one right off the bat. I like I like how you tie in some backstory elements to your skill proficiencies. It's a good way of doing it. It's also like the way I mean, you probably already knew this. It's how I write my NPCs as well. Like there's a tie to their skills as to why they're good at it, and they have in-world explanations usually, most of the time. But yeah, thanks, dauntz. You did a lot of the work for me, and this was relatively smooth. As you can see, I usually give people in the chapter 2s of everyone, I give them something like campaign breaking. Like it will make or break the campaign altogether. Yours is the knowledge of these portals. If you can somehow get these up, travel to where you need to will be significantly better, and you might be the key to winning this campaign if you get it up. Of course, as a note, even if you tell the other players of this knowledge, you yourself are the only person able to operate these portals. Should you die, the rest of the players cannot use these portals, essentially. So no pressure. Try not to die. When you die, yeah. But yeah, nice. Thank you very much, dauntz. GG's. Thanks, Renly. Pretty short and sweet for this one. Yeah. It was quite long for Zane's one. But yeah, this one not too bad.
Because he didn't write his chapter 1, did he? Or...
Yeah, Zane did write his chapter 1.
He did?
Yeah.
Right? Oh, fine. It still took me.
Yeah, I know it still took long, yeah. He's got a pretty
Can I add in any poisons or potions and shit into infantry?
Two vials of just normal poison, I'd say. And 2 of each normal healing potion, greater healing potion, I'd say.
Now, does he just write? Just if you have a backstory, just write it, right?
I mean, if you do, it'll help with creating your chapter 1, or it'll be entirely your chapter 1 if you'd like. But you know, I will also just go over it with you, like I did with dauntz here, like in this format. Like there was some like unmarked villages. I helped them fill it out. So there was like some questions that I put out, and like some inconsistencies I either create or point out, and then like for people to fill out and stuff. It's all fun. I like creating.
You'll be fine, Dizzy.
Just in general, I just like creating.
Dizzy is worried because he might have written something, but wait.
Oh, if you written something, that's fine. If you have written nothing, that's fine as well. I did Basic and Bingus when they wrote nothing, and their chapter 1 they really liked it. They even said when's our next session? When's the session they're continuing for? And I'm like, you already did it. But yeah, it'll be next person that I'll do. I'll let you guys know in the chat, but for now, GG's for now. I just want to cut it short for now because my internet's killing itself and I was roboting earlier, right?
Yeah, really bad.
Yeah, it's just been shit the last week. But definitely it won't be shit when I do the session proper. All right, for now, GG's guys.
Thanks, man.
GG.
Before I forget, Kat was keen on Core Points battle at some point as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I heard from Zane you were recruiting.
Yeah, I was.
Around.
I want them Core Points.
You need some points.
Sure, no problem.
Does he get any points from this? Yeah.
We might die session 1. We might get one from
If you die session, maybe not. But if you guys and make some waves in this campaign, sure. Sure.
Wave maker. Okay.
Yeah.
At least we need some. There's a depths warlocks. They can do heaps with waves.
Anyway, cheers, guys. I'm off.
Sleep time. Bye.
Chocolate.
Bye bye.
Yo, sleep time.
Back to sleep time.
Yeah, back to sleep time for me too. Yo,
I
see.
was just like, I was sitting there watching, and then your spam came through. I was like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah, you heard it or you saw it?
Yeah, like I was literally just nodding off when it, so that was good timing. Perfect spam timing.
Yeah, I was about to get up and I just typed yo 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 yo, and I got up to leave AFK. That's good. Good Mr. Jinran. Yeah.
Oh, good luck for you guys.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.